Our webinar. Some of you are still connecting to the session, so we'll wait 2 minutes to start. And in the meantime, I'd like to let you know that the session is being recorded and you'll receive the link to the recording via email. It will be sent by the GoToWebinar solution. Know that you will all be muted during the presentation, so if you have questions, please write them in the question box of the GoToWebinar solution, and I'll save 5 minutes at the end of the webinar to answer your questions. Now, I'd like to say just a few words about the sessions program. I'll start with I'll start in a few seconds with a quick PowerPoint presentation to present to you the benefits of the invoicing tool of the Wordbee translator solution, and then in a second step I will show you how, as project manager, you can easily manage your clients' quotes and invoices in Wordbee Translator. So I'm just checking that none of you is having problems connecting. So I guess we are now all ready to start. So I will start with the PowerPoint presentation. And before describing in details the benefits of the invoicing tool, I'd like to say a few words about the Wordbee company for those of you who do not know the company already. So at Wordbee, we develop and provide translation technologies such as Wordbee Translator, which is a translation management system meant to ease the management of your translation projects. This tool has an integrated translation interface for translators to connect and perform their jobs. We also developed Wordbee Bbox, which is a smart connector meant to easily have content management systems translated, like Adobe Experience Manager, WordPress, Sidecar, and many others. Our company is based in Luxembourg and was founded in 2008, and our clients are both public and private companies, as well as freelancers located all over the world. So let's now focus on the benefits of the invoicing tool of Wordbee Translator. So first, this solution is a money saver, as you don't need a separate invoicing tool. With it, you can easily manage your client's price list, but also your client's billing details, and we'll see in a few minutes that you can manage your client's quotes and invoices in a very easy way. We'll see that the system can automatically generate the quotes and invoices to your clients, and we'll also see that you won't have any more to send those quotes and invoices via email, as thanks to the Wordbee client portal you have an interface with your client. But we'll see this during the demonstration. You can also manage your supplier's price list for self-billing. So the idea in Wordbee Translator is that you can easily enter in your platform the negotiated prices you have with your suppliers, so that whenever you create a project, the system can automatically show you how much you will pay the supplier, because the system based on the word count of the job and also based on the prices you have entered for your supplier. Then you can see automatically how much you'll pay for a translation job, for instance. And also you'll be able to create yourself the invoices for your suppliers, invoices and quotes for self-billing, because thanks to Wordbee Translator you have the control of the costs. Note that if you already have an invoicing tool, you can easily interface the two solutions, so the invoicing tool of Wordbee and your own tool, so that Wordbee can send all the cost information it has automatically calculated to your own invoicing system. So you can easily interface the two. The solution is also a real time saver, as I said. The system can automatically calculate the costs for both your clients and suppliers. And the way it works is that you create prices for your clients, and you also enter in the system the prices you have negotiated with your suppliers, so that based on the word counts of documents to translate, and also based on the prices you enter in the system, Wordbee can automatically calculate how much you will invoice a client and a supplier for a given project. The system can also automatically create the client's quotes and invoices thanks to the Wordbee client portal. And we'll start the demo with this. I will connect as a client and show you how it works. And it's a time saver as you will not have any more to download and send clients and suppliers invoices. All you'll have to do is decide when the client or supplier can view his invoices. So the idea is that you manage the quotes and invoices in your Wordbee environment, and then you decide when the client or the supplier can view his invoices. Okay, you won't have to send them the invoices via email. Another advantage of the invoicing tool is the flexibility that it provides. The system allows you to easily modify a quote or invoice before sending it to a client. So you can ask the system to automatically generate the invoice and then decide to have a look before make it accessible to the client, for instance. Also, you decide if you want to send invoices per project or if you prefer to send only one invoice per month or per year to your clients or suppliers. Like for instance, you have clients who prefer to receive one invoice per month. You can totally do this via the system. Or you can create an invoice per project that the client requests. This is really up to you to decide. And finally, you can customize the quotes and invoices templates provided by Wordbee. So when you have a Wordbee platform, on the settings page, you will see that you have pre-installed invoices and quotes templates. So we'll see that you can easily customize them with your logo, for instance. So if after this presentation you want to know more about the invoicing tool, please do not hesitate to contact us by writing us an email at sales@wordbee.com. So let's now start the demonstration. So first, I'd like to connect as a client who places an order to show you that the system can display a cost preview before the client confirms he wants to send his order. And then I will show you that the system will automatically create an invoice for the client that I will be able, as project manager, to modify before making it accessible to the client. And of course, we'll see other elements, but let's start with this. I will now connect to my Wordbee environment as a client. Okay, so you should be able to see the Wordbee client portal. So it is a dedicated space where the clients of my company can connect to easily place orders. Okay, so here the client can see a customized order form that I've created specifically for him. Just a second, I think there is a problem with screen sharing. Okay, so you should be able to see the order form now. So, as client, I place an order. Okay. Order Jerry. Since I'm connected as my client Jerry, can optionally select a deadline. I have pre-selected the languages he uses the most. And then I will simply drag and drop a document to translate. And then that's what I was explaining. When you click Next, you can configure the order form so that the client can see a cost preview. Okay, so he sees here that for the translation of the document I've just uploaded, I will pay this amount of money. And the client, I can decide that if the client confirms, it means that he agrees with this price. Okay, so when it confirms, I can ask the system to automatically create a translation project on my Wordbee platform. Okay, so now I will connect as project manager on my Wordbee environment. So this is the project manager interface, and here I have an order section where I can see all the orders placed by clients. So I've received the order we just created as the client Jerry. So here if I select this order, you can see that the system, oh, sorry, I went too fast. Okay, so you can see that the system has automatically created an invoice, okay, for the client. But right now, the client has not access to it because maybe I want to modify the invoice before the client can view it. Maybe I want to apply a discount on the total amount. So what I can do is I can click Edit here. And here, if you want, you can still bring modifications to the invoice. Okay, you have two lines here for the invoice, and if I click on the pen, I can still bring modifications. Okay, regarding the quantity, the unit price, etc. Or, as I said, what I can do is that I can add a line and choose to add a discount for the total amount. Okay, so we have preset percentages, or you can directly enter your percentage here, or a fixed amount. Then you decide where to display this discount, like here, and you click OK. And when everything is configured the way you want, you can decide that the client can view the cost and attachments. Okay, this way you don't have to then load the invoice and send it to your client via email. You can easily connect to his client portal environment and see the invoice from there. Okay, so if I refresh, you'll see here can view instead of no access. Okay, now we can view. So this is so you see it's really easy to manage a client's invoices. If the client has a question regarding the invoice, he'll be able to interact with me via the order, as you have a view send message function. Okay, so you should know that, like as I said, you can also manage your suppliers' invoices in the system, as you will only have to enter in the suppliers section. So when you create a login for a supplier, you can enter the negotiated prices you have with him. If I take the example of this supplier in my environment, I've created a login for that person so that whenever I assign her a job, she can connect to accept the job and perform it using the translation interface of Wordbee. Okay, so I created a login for her, and at the same time I can enter here the prices I've negotiated with her. Like if she has discounts, if I've negotiated discounts for matches, I can enter them here. Okay, if she has a minimum charge, I can enter it here as well. And also I can enter in the system the language pairs and tasks, and also the price per word or per character, etc. that this person practices. Okay, and this will allow the system to automatically generate quotes and invoices for the supplier. Okay, so it's really for self-billing. Because you've negotiated prices, you can enter them here and create the quotes and invoices yourself. Okay, in this situation, it's not the supplier who creates the quotes and invoices, you do, and then you can ask the supplier to approve these quotes and invoices. Okay, so if I can show you in a project, the project that I have. Just a second. So here in this project, so I have multiple jobs in the project, and multiple jobs were assigned to this supplier. Okay, so I want to create an invoice for the supplier. Okay, he has completed his task, so I want to create an invoice. So it's really simple. Everything happens under the accounts and costs section of the project. And you can see for this project you can manage the client's accounts and cost and the supplier accounts and cost. Okay, so whenever the client, the supplier, sorry, accept the job, the system will automatically calculate the costs. Okay, and then you just have to generate the invoice for the client. So it's just one click, it's create quote invoice, and then you can see the supplier's invoice in the quotes and invoice section. Okay, so in blue you have the invoice for the supplier, and in green you have the invoices for the client. So it's really simple to manage. So what I would like to show you is where you can create price lists for your clients. Sorry. So I've shown you where to enter the prices you've negotiated with your suppliers. Now for the clients, you can create, of course, as many prices as you want under the My Company section and then prices. Okay, so the idea is to have a standard price list, and based on this standard price list you can add new price lists, and then you can bring modifications. Okay, so it will copy the standard price list regarding the discounts for fuzzy matches, same thing for the prices per word you have entered for the standard price list. Okay, so here in my environment, so I'm not going to create a new prices with you. It will take too much time, but this is my standard price list, okay, with the prices I want to apply to clients. So if I want, I can decide that standard prices can be, is available to all clients, or what I can do is to create prices that will only apply to one client. And here I restrict the prices to just a certain client. Okay, so here, as you see, I have different prices. You can create as many as you want. I've told you that you can also customize invoice and quotes templates in this system. So just so you know, here in the settings section of the platform, when you reach the invoicing section, you can see invoice print layout. So in here you have the default templates provided by Wordbee. Okay, so we have templates in 6 languages, these languages here. So the templates are all in Excel. So if you want to modify your templates, really simple. Like if I want to modify the default English, I can simply click download. Okay, so open the template on my environment, and here I can bring modifications. I can enable editing. Yep. I'm going to remove these 2 sentences. Okay, so here you can see that I have uploaded my own logo, so it's something you can easily do. Okay, just customize the quote or invoice template with your logo. And if you want, you can add sentences. Well, you can do anything that you want. This is an Excel template, so you're free to modify it. And then when you've modified everything that you wanted, you save your Excel, and then you click Edit, and you re-upload your new version. Okay, in here. So it's really that simple. And then you can decide what is the default format for this template. Let me explain. So when you create an invoice for a client, for instance, you can choose if you want to create it in Excel or PDF. Okay, you can choose if you want to deliver in Excel or PDF. So you can choose here what is the default format. So for this English template, I've chosen that it is PDF. Okay, for others, I've chosen to have Excel. So it's really up to you to decide. And of course, if you want templates in more than 6 languages, you can add your own templates by clicking Add New and then uploading the Excel template. Also, I've explained that you can, if you want, not create invoices per project, but deliver to your clients invoices per month, for instance. So what you'll have to do is to aggregate invoices in order to just have one invoice to deliver to the client. So you can do this via the invoice production tool of Wordbee Translator that you find under the My Company section. Then you have invoice production clients. Okay, so here you can see that I have different invoices for my client Jerry and my client Atlas. Okay, so for my client Jerry, for instance, I want to aggregate these 4 invoices to be able to deliver just one invoice to my client. So what I do is to select the invoices, even if at the moment I have invoices for 2 clients. Okay, I can click Aggregate and tick Aggregate even if there is just one invoice for billing company, as I have just one invoice for my client Atlas. And then I can click OK. And now I have my 2 aggregated invoices. Okay, one for my client Jerry and one for my client Atlas. Okay, so the next step when you have aggregated the invoices is to approve them. And during this step, the system will create the deliverable. So it will create invoices in Excel or PDF, depending on your preference. Okay, so here I want to approve the aggregated invoices for my client Jerry. So I select my client Jerry and then I click approve. Okay, so here you can see that the system will create and attach invoice documents. Okay, so you can click OK. It generates the invoice in Excel PDF. And now you can see the invoice approved. So if you want, you can click on the invoice. Well, here I've configured things so that the system delivers a PDF. So here is my PDF invoice. So I can see that the first section is for the project order Jerry, then order 3, etc. Okay, you can see all these different projects. Okay, so now that I have approved and created the invoice for my client, I can send it to my client. Okay, so all I have to do is to click distribute, and then the system, if I click send email, will send an email to my client with the invoice, the PDF invoice, as an attachment. Okay, and if you want, you can type your email address here to run a test, so that you can receive the email with the invoice attached, so that you can see what the client can see. And the email notification containing the invoice, the content of this email can be customized. So there is a default text that you can easily customize if you want. Alright, so this is pretty much everything I wanted to show you today. So I can see that I received questions. So I'm going now to open the question box. So we still have 6 minutes before the end of this webinar. So if you have questions now, do not hesitate to enter them in the system. All right, so I will start with the first question I've received. So, can we ask the system to always use the French invoice template for a certain client and the English template for another client? Okay, so yes, this is possible. So it is at the client level. If I reach my client section, so here if I take the example of my client Jerry company, okay, here, so this is my client page. I have a invoicing and accounting section. So here, if I click edit, you can see that I can choose what is the default invoice layout that I want to use for him. Okay, is it the default French? Is it the default English? You can choose. So if you want for the client Jerry to use default English, you select default English and you click save. Okay, and if the settings page you've decided that the invoice should be a PDF, then the system will automatically for that client generate an invoice that is made thanks to the English template, and it will be generated in PDF automatically. So yes, this is possible. So I've just received another question. So can we allow a supplier to send his own invoices via Wordbee? So yes, so if you want, you can modify the access right of your suppliers so that they can send you their own invoices via the Wordbee system. Okay, this way they don't have to send their invoices via email. They can do it via the platform. So it will be an attachment of their job. Okay, but it does not prevent you of having all the costs for your suppliers calculated on the Wordbee system. This way, if you have the reports and business analytics option, for instance, you can easily see how much you've invoiced to your clients and how much the projects have costs in terms of suppliers, how much you've paid your suppliers. So you will have everything stored in the Wordbee environment. Okay, so just a new question. So can you show again how to modify a template? So I guess talking about the invoices and quotes template. So yes, I can show it to you again. So so first you need to reach the settings page of your Wordbee platform, and then reach the invoicing section, and here click configure next to invoice print layout. So here you configure, and if you want to modify the English, French, German templates, for instance, you shouldn't delete them. Okay, you don't delete, you simply download the Excel template. Okay, open it on your computer, then bring modifications to it. Okay, change the logo, enter sentences, whatever you want. And then when you've modified the Excel, you should click edit. Okay, next to the template you've downloaded. So if it was the English, you click edit next to English, and then here you upload your new version. Okay, we have clients from time to time who delete the templates and then add new, but it's not the right process. If you want to modify an existing template, you just download and then import it back. Click edit to import the new version. And then it's also here that you decide, for instance, for the Dutch template, you can decide what is the default format. Is it Excel or is it PDF? You can decide it here. I will just check the question box again. So I hope this presentation was clear to you. Again, if after this presentation you have questions, do not hesitate to send them to us via email by writing us at sales@wordbee.com. All right, I'd like to thank you very much for attending this presentation today. I would like to wish you a very good evening or day. Goodbye, everyone, and thank you. Bye.